There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. The devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite. Don't bother him.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington appeared to have made a subtle reference to the controversy surrounding Pastor Jake's purported fall from grace in a recent interview with CBN.
Diddy Jakes, he got two sons that may be part of the LGBT or that community. Allegedly, I guess.
Throughout the conversation, Denzel made it apparent that his faith went beyond simple believing. It served as motivation to get involved in social justice concerns. He emphasized the significance of changing the world and taking good care of one's gifts. You must put your gifts to use. Denzel emphasized that having faith alone is meaningless and emphasized the need of acting on one's convictions in addition to believing.
It's totally inappropriate for Diddy Jakes to be at a Diddy party.
I think it's very inappropriate of a man of a cloth to be at a party like that and then dancing across the stage.
Denzel considered a prophecy about his global influence, keeping in mind that he was free to preach from his art, rather than a traditional pulpit. This epiphany led him to utilize his notoriety to promote causes pertaining to faith, love, and hope. And given that he used to go to Diddy's parties as well.
How you doing, Denzel? How you doing tonight, man?
Looking good, Denzel. Looking good. Looking good, Denzel.
In addition to being well-groomed, Denzel's portrayal of a moral hero struck a chord with audiences worldwide. He recognized his influence and the ability of story to sway people's opinions and inspire them to take action with dignity and conviction. Rumors, events are discussed by bright minds. Brilliant minds exchange concepts. Denzel's character in Roman J. Israel Esquire bears the name of a biblical figure, indicating his deep understanding of the role that religion plays in contemporary society. The film's focus on justice caused viewers to reflect carefully on what it means to be good and bad in this fallen world. As viewers were absorbed in the film's narrative, they were compelled to address difficult moral, religious, and justice-seeking themes. Beyond being a legendary movie, Roman J. Israel Esquire became more than that. It served as evidence of Denzel Washington's determination to use his career to further social and political change. Disconnected from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood events, Denzel made his profound spiritual connection public. Reflecting on his early years, he underlined the value of his father's religious convictions and the moral lessons he instilled in him. Many people first questioned whether or not the notorious Will Smith Oscar slap was manufactured. Actor Denzel Washington did not hesitate to discuss the spiritual component of the incident back in April 2022, when asked about what he saw at the Academy Awards by Bishop T.D. Jakes during the International Leadership Conference in North Carolina. During his insight sharing on stage, Washington mentioned that if the devil avoids you, it means you're doing something wrong. He continued by saying that if the devil approaches you, it could be an indication that you're making an effort to do the right thing. Washington said the situation that evening appeared to be under the devil's control. Washington's advice was in line with what Smith said in his victory speech for Best Actor at the 94th Academy Awards, which he had discussed with Smith following the altercation. Smith has quoted Denzel as saying, "Be careful at your highest moment. That's when the devil comes for you." Addressing the question of how to handle the devil's confrontation, Washington emphasized the role of prayer. "Who are we to condemn? I don't know all the ins and outs of the situation, but I know the only solution was prayer," Washington shared with Jakes. He mentioned that other individuals, including fellow actor Tyler Perry, were present and supportive during that challenging moment. In the aftermath of the widely publicized incident, Smith issued a public apology to comedian Chris Rock, acknowledging his actions as unacceptable and inexcusable.
You got people with drugs, alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Women that's loose, women that's in the women, men that's in the men. And he's supposed to be doing the right thing. And you look at your television, he doing the wrong thing. Cause he dancing at Diddy party.
On December 21st, 2023, TD Jakes found himself trending on the internet after a TikTok user, MY$High, made some startling claims about the renowned Christian preacher. The TikTok video posted on X, formerly Twitter.
Anything, this is allegedly. Ain't nobody gonna catch me slipping, okay? Okay. So allegedly, Cassie has turned over evidence to the feds. Yes, to the feds. She has turned over videotapes, a USB drive, and Kim Porter's burner phone. Now, there is also an alleged email out saying a plethora of other things that include TD Jakes with Diddy.
Diddy's ex-girlfriend, who passed away in 2018. Porter, who raised 4 children with Diddy, was buried by Pastor TD Jakes, a close friend of Diddy's. The TikToker went on to assert that an email incriminating TD Jakes was among the evidence. MY$High played a clip of an unidentified man alleging that Cassie had turned over tapes depicting Diddy's alleged depraved parties, implicating several prominent individuals, including TD Jakes, who was said to have been involved with multiple men at these events. TD Jakes, the founder of the Potter House, a non-denominational multicultural church in Dallas, is one of the most prominent Christian preachers in the United States. Known for hobnobbing with celebrities, including Diddy, Jakes has earned accolades such as being named America's Best Preacher by Time magazine and one of the nation's most influential and mesmerizing preachers by the New York Times. The close friendship between Diddy and TD Jakes has recently faced scrutiny, particularly after Diddy was sued by multiple women for allegations of sexual misconduct. Diddy has openly credited Jakes for helping him through challenging times and, in 2021, announced a collaboration to bring Jakes' exclusive sermon series to Revolt TV. The TikTok video alleging evidence against Diddy and TD Jakes has sparked disbelief online. The claims of exploitation and involvement in alleged parties are unverified, and this isn't the first time TD Jakes has been caught up in controversy. In 2009, his son, Jermaine Jakes, faced charges for indecent actions at Keys Park in Dallas. Additionally, last year, Cora Jakes Coleman, TD Jakes' daughter, was connected to allegations of sexual abuse against her estranged husband, Richard Coleman. These recent allegations against Diddy and TD Jakes come amid the hip-hop mogul facing 4 lawsuits from different women. Diddy's past is checkered, to say the least. Sean Diddy Combs, one of the world's most successful music industry moguls, has recently faced a series of serious allegations, accused him of rape, claiming he forced her into disturbing situations and subjected her to repeated physical assaults. Diddy quickly settled the lawsuit, but this incident marked the beginning of a string of legal troubles for the hip-hop mogul. Joy Dickerson Neal filed another lawsuit, accusing Combs of drugging and raping her in 1991, recording the assault and distributing the footage without her consent. Lisa Gardner added to the claims, alleging that Combs and guy singer Aaron Hall sexually assaulted her. The most recent lawsuit goes even further, accusing Combs and former Bad Boy label president Har Pierre of gang raping and sex trafficking a 17-year-old girl. Pierre vehemently denied the allegations, calling them disgusting, false, and a desperate attempt for financial gain, while Aaron Hall remained unavailable for comment. In response to these accusations, Diddy took to Instagram to address the situation. He declared, "Enough is enough," asserting his innocence and vowing to fight for his name, family, and the truth. However, this cascade of legal challenges has prompted a closer look at Diddy's past, with former Bad Boy executives and members of his inner circle revealing a pattern of mistreatment of women dating back decades. Kirk Burroughs, who co-founded Bad Boy Entertainment with Combs in 1992, disclosed he had that propensity for violence way back then. It just wasn't as well known. It's almost like it was part of his operating manual. He was so traumatizing to women. The allegations against Diddy coincide with a broader wave of similar filings under New York's Adult Survivors Act, implicating other music industry figures. This convergence of charges suggests a long overdue reckoning within the music industry concerning issues of abuse and power. In 2022, Forbes estimated his annual income at a staggering $90 million, reflecting his undeniable influence in the music. Jason King, dean of USC's music school and an expert in Black music culture, notes that Combs has been a pivotal figure in Black popular music since the early 90s. However, behind the flamboyant and likable image, there might be more than meets the eye. Often toggling between stage names Puffy, Puff Daddy, and Diddy, Combs played a crucial role in propelling hip-hop from an urban subculture to a global corporate powerhouse. Starting as an intern at Uptown Records, he later formed Bad Boy Records in 1993, showcasing a Midas touch for talent. Artists like the Notorious Big, Maze, Faith Evans, The Lox, and 112 owe their success to Combs' keen eye for talent. Diddy, with his dynamic stage presence and knack for hit-making, became an A-list artist with 15 top 10 hits to his name. His tribute to the Notorious Big, I'll Be Missing You, topped the Hot 100 for 11 weeks in 1997. Beyond his own music, Combs played a pivotal role in cultivating the careers of artists like Machine Gun Kelly, French Montana, and Janelle Monáe. Combs expanded his empire beyond music, venturing into fashion with Scene John in 1998, a venture he later sold for a reported $70 million in 2016. He produced MTV's reality show Making the Band, launching successful acts like Danity Kane and Day 26. In 2007, he entered a lucrative partnership with Diageo to market Ciroc vodka, earning him nearly $1 billion over the years. In 2013, he co-founded Revolt TV, a cable network and multimedia company. Despite his success, Combs' life has been marred by incidents of violence. A crowd stampede at an AIDS fundraiser he organized in 1991 led to 9 deaths. In 1999, he faced assault charges and later pleaded guilty to harassment. The same year, a nightclub shooting involving Combs, Jennifer Lopez, and artist Shine resulted in his acquittal on gun possession and bribery charges. Recent allegations, including those from Ventura's lawsuit, paint a complex picture of Combs. The lawsuit claims he threatened to blow up the car of rap artist Kid Cudi in 2012, suspecting a relationship between Cudi and Ventura. The suit further alleges that Cudi's car indeed exploded around that time, a claim affirmed by Cudi himself. In 2015, Combs found himself in legal trouble when he was arrested for allegedly attacking his son, Justin's college football coach, with a kettlebell weight. However, charges were eventually dropped, adding a layer of complexity to an already intricate narrative. During the peak era of Bad Boy Records, some individuals who knew Combs alleged instances where he engaged in violence, targeting women and at least one business associate. In 2003, Kirk Burroughs, former president of Bad Boy Entertainment, filed a lawsuit against Combs, claiming that in 1996 his former partner threatened him with a baseball bat, coercing him to sign over his shares of Bad Boy Entertainment. The lawsuit was dismissed in 2006 on the grounds that the statute of limitations had expired. Burroughs shared with The Times a disturbing account from 1994, asserting that Combs physically assaulted a woman at the Bad Boy offices, breaking a glass coffee table in the process. Burroughs revealed that he had to intervene to separate them. Another anonymous former Bad Boy employee corroborated Burroughs' account, stating he was hitting and punching her during the altercation. Despite the gravity of these claims, the woman allegedly assaulted by Combs could not be reached for comment, and a representative for Combs declined to comment on the alleged incident. Burroughs expressed his belief in Ventura and the other accusers, referring to Cassie as a hero for those affected by seeing Combs. He acknowledged Combs' charm, but also emphasized the price of aligning oneself with him. Denzel, a former bodyguard who worked for Combs in the 1990s, recently spoke out in a YouTube interview, claiming that Combs preyed on Ventura using her dreams, her talent, holding it hostage for his own benefit. Although Deal confirmed his statements, he chose not to provide further details to The Times. Combs and his legal team have consistently denied these allegations. Ventura, in her lawsuit, stated that another former bodyguard of Combs, Roger Bonds, intervened to stop an attack on her in 2009. The suit describes an alarming incident where Combs allegedly followed her, kicked her in the face, and left her bleeding profusely. Bonds, in a TikTok video, corroborated Ventura's account, asserting that her recollections in the suit were accurate. Jeff Anderson, representing a Jane Doe in New York, who recently filed a lawsuit alleging sexual assault, claimed that under Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment fostered a culture of abuse and silence. Anderson stated, "At Bad Boy, there was a pattern of pervasive predation. The culture at Bad Boy Entertainment was permissive and protective, all designed to promote Combs and to profit." Harve Pierre, a figure implicated in the recent lawsuit, refuted the claims, stating, "Those who know me know that these claims are not true," and expressing his intent to vigorously protect his reputation. In 2017, Cindy Rueda, Combs' former private chef, sued him for denied overtime wages and accused him of summoning her during or after sexual activities. Rueda later settled the suit. Jenna Hewen, Combs' former girlfriend of 5 years, detailed an incident where he allegedly stomped on her stomach and continued hitting her, causing difficulty breathing. Combs' representative declined to comment on these allegations. Mark Curry, a rapper associated with Bad Boy, wrote a critical memoir titled "Dancing with the Devil: How Puff Burned the Bad Boys of Hip Hop." Curry said that Combs used strategies that break people down like a spider catching its victim, shattering the self-confidence of musicians he had vowed to support. Combs has recently tried to give back publication rights to former performers, but he required non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. Danity Kane's Aubrey O'Day disclosed that she was presented with a comparable offer that necessitated her signing a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, barring her from publicly criticizing Combs or related companies. Kirk Burroughs claims that Combs purposefully used NDAs to silence people after reaching a financial settlement. Many people were surprised by the quick settlement of the Combs and Ventura lawsuit, which was settled in less than 24 hours after it was filed. Dr. Ann Olivares, a lawyer who focuses on matters involving sexual harassment and discrimination, emphasized Ventura's calculated action in bringing up Diddy's multi-billion-dollar corporate companies. Olivares praised Ventura's strategy, saying, "What Cassie did was brilliant. She sued Diddy and every corporation he owned or directed, in addition to just Diddy." Ventura included a number of companies in the case, including Combs Enterprises, Epic Records, Bad Boy Entertainment, and Bad Boy Records, which were once label partners. According to Olivares, Ventura raised the risk for these businesses to keep Combs by expanding the legal reach, which might have led boards to think about letting him go. Combs' professional circle has already experienced the fallout. In the same month, Dawn Montgomery, co-host of the podcast Monuments to Me on Revolt, announced her departure from the company on social media, citing her status as a sexual assault survivor and her discomfort with Diddy leading the company. On November 28, he announced a temporary step down as chairman of Revolt TV. After Ventura's complaint was filed, Montgomery told The Times she gave her affiliation with Revolt some thought, especially because the third season of the show was still being discussed. She began to doubt if the podcast's themes, which center on empowering Black women through its leadership, aligned with Combs' charges. There were problems with Combs' corporate empire even prior to the latest court troubles. A proposed $185 million purchase of cannabis retail outlets collapsed, and legal battles involving Diageo's tequila and vodka brands compounded the issues. A representative for Macy's stated that the St. John line will be phased out, and other businesses disassociated themselves from Combs' e-commerce portal, Empower Global. Combs Global's chief branding officer, Diane Graham, remained silent on the subject. Furthermore, it has been rumored that Diddy Plus 7, the intended Hulu reality series that would have starred Combs and his family, is no longer in production. Even with the September release of the Love album Off the Grid, which received a Grammy nomination, Combs' future as an artist and entrepreneur in the music business is unclear. Following the accusations made against Combs, a number of artists who formerly collaborated with him are separating themselves. In a statement to Rolling Stone, Aubrey O'Day stated that she believed Ventura's accusations and recognized the challenge of going up against a prominent player in the industry. O'Day hopes that Ventura's bravery will inspire others to talk about their own experiences, leading to more open discussions about the realities that go unseen in the business. She underlined that their combined stories still had a lot more to reveal. Diddy Dirty Money and Danity Kane member Dawn Richards showed her support for Ventura on social media by applauding her bravery and praying for her and her family. Rapper 50 Cent, Combs' longtime competitor, is currently working on a documentary regarding the alleged abuses, and during live performances, Kesha has eliminated Diddy's name from the lyrics of her smash song TikTok. Clover Hope, a writer and the author of The Motherlode, notes that Combs is still a very powerful person, even though these accusations can make producers and artists reconsider collaborating with him. She emphasizes that well-known figures in the industry don't truly disappear. Thanks to the Adult Survivors Act, Combs' legal activities have ushered in a new era of accountability. Since the public demanded transparency and justice, the legislature worked to increase the amount of time needed to file civil cases. Ventura's attorney, Douglas Wigder, believes that Combs was partly moved to close the case by the public's support and indignation. Ventura's lawsuit and the Adult Survivors Act have been impacted by her bravery in speaking out about her experience. The recent upsurge in accusations leveled against well-known music industry heavyweights like Russell Simmons and Reed suggests a broader acceptance of the sexism and abuse that are pervasive in the hip-hop sector. USC history professor Jason King contends that we should re-examine the golden age of hip-hop and wonders how certain guys rose to prominence without considering the impact on women. Bishop T.D. Jakes, the senior pastor of the non-denominational megachurch Potter's House, has lately denied claims that he engaged in homosexual sex during wild parties hosted by Sean Puffy Combs, also known as Diddy. In a video posted on the church's website, the 66-year-old preacher addressed the charges during the Potter's House Christmas Eve service, calling the accusers liars. In response to the allegations Jakes asserted was true, "All I got to do is repent sincerely from my heart." Jakes reassured his congregation in Dallas, urging them not to worry about him, expressing, "I'm good." In a public live stream that has since been made private, he asked for praise and honor to be directed towards God, stating, "I'm the man for the job, I'm good." Even in the face of the allegations, Jakes maintained a steadfast belief in the power of repentance, proclaiming, "The worst that could happen if everything was true. All I got to do is repent sincerely from my heart. There's enough power in the blood to cover all kinds of sin. I don't care what it is, the blood would fix it. But I ain't got to repent about this." Jakes expressed a desire to focus on preaching during the service, rather than addressing what he referred to as lies, stating, "All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off." A video that went viral on TikTok claimed that Jakes had sexual relations with several men during Combs gatherings, which is where the scandal began. With over 1.7 million views, the film also alleged that Jakes had an affair with a previous mentee, while the latter was a young boy. While the mentee appears to be planning to come forward, the video claims the parents were paid off to be silent. As shown in a video that Larry Reed, live presenter, posted to YouTube, the mentee is none other than Prophet Manasseh Jordan. Without bringing Jakes up, Jordan addressed grooming and ministry contexts in a different video. It was Jakes, according to Reed, who groomed and attacked the mentee. Jordan confided in him about it. T.D. Jakes Ministries Executive Director of Public Relations and Communications, Jordan A. Hora, called the assertions baseless and false, highlighting how the latest allegations on social media were depressing and stemmed from misleading information such as deeply edited photographs and statements. In light of Denzel Washington's recent life discoveries, it is clear that his difficult experiences have greatly influenced his ideals and his ability to see the need to fight for justice. Reflecting on the significant influence of his mother, Lennis, Denzel Washington credited her for setting him on the path that eventually led to his successful acting career. In a candid interview on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in 2021, Washington shared the heartbreaking news of his mother's recent passing at the age of 97. He emotionally expressed, "A mother is a son's first true love. A son, especially that first son, is a mother's last true love." The actor's visible emotion during the interview highlighted the deep impact his mother had on his life. After humorously mentioning that he had held back his emotions during his mother's funeral, Washington went on to describe his mother as someone who was always there for him. He even made a joke about conserving his tears for the interview. The incredible impact that Lennis had on Washington's life is highlighted by this moving scene. Denzel Washington, on the other hand, had a distant relationship with his dad, Denzel Hayes. Washington's senior Washington said in an interview with GQ that he and his father had a distant relationship because he wasn't into athletics and other extracurricular activities. Washington admitted that he and his dad did not spend much time together because of the widespread practice of fathers working long hours during his generation. Washington said that he did not cry when his father died in 1991 while filming Malcolm X, a statement that indicated a lack of emotional connection. Despite this distance, Washington recognized his father as a decent and spiritual man. For a long time, Denzel Washington wanted to be a football player before he decided to pursue acting. The father revealed that his son, John David Washington, had achieved this goal through football in an interview he gave to the Oprah magazine in 2008. But after suffering a string of injuries, John David gave up on the sport and became a famous actor just like his famous father. Expressing relief at his son's switch from sports to acting, Denzel disclosed the toll football had taken on John David, including multiple concussions, a broken collarbone, and other injuries. The decision to leave the football field behind was met with approval from Denzel, who humorously stated, "No, I'm glad it's over." Interestingly, Denzel's own encounter with a serious injury influenced his career path. During an appearance on The Graham Norton Show, he revealed how multiple dislocations of his pinky finger led him to reconsider pursuing football. After undergoing surgery to address the issue, he joked about his finger feeling like a gummy bear. This unexpected twist may have played a role in steering Denzel toward acting. As a native New Yorker, Denzel Washington was profoundly affected by the events of 9/11. In an interview with the Daily Mail, he described how being at Ground Zero soon after the tragedy changed his life. Recounting the exhaustion and trauma experienced by those working at the site, Washington shared his unique perspective on the aftermath of the devastating event. Throughout his career, Denzel has confronted racism, even turning down a role early on that depicted a problematic portrayal of a Black character. He emphasized the importance of the first few films shaping one's perception in the industry. In a 2016 interview with CBS News, he'd addressed the lack of diversity at the Academy Awards, drawing from personal experiences of being overlooked. In a surprising connection, Denzel Washington played a pivotal role in supporting Chadwick Boseman's early career. Washington funded Boseman's death. Washington praised the late actor's dedication to his craft while living with cancer during the filming of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Addressing reports about his detox, Denzel Washington isn't the only one taking a stand against Diddy. 50 Cent is joining the fray. The rapper, whose real name is Curtis James Jackson ID, recently revealed that his production company, G-Unit Films and Television, is gearing up to produce a documentary about Diddy Combs, who is currently facing accusations of rape and sexual assault from 4 different women. A representative for 50 Cent confirmed to TMZ that the 48-year-old rapper is diving into this project, with proceeds from the documentary aimed at supporting victims of sexual assault and rape. Excitement is building as 50 Cent shared a sneak peek of the documentary on Instagram. In the teaser, former Bad Boy Records rapper Mark Curry alleges that Combs would tamper with mode bottles in nightclubs, making women slippery. Curry claimed Combs would instruct friends not to drink from specific bottles, and would then allegedly place pills in the mouths of women.